I was just sitting and talking with Anthony, but I want to make sure that the documentation is of my own, on my own behalf, and like tapping into other people's grids and stealing their, what they know, and then trying to rebuild it and create it as your own, and then claim that we are sharing space. No, we're fucking not. I want you all out of my space and my dome, my biodome, and genome. So now I was just speaking to the Johannes looking painting being Antonin, which is my own. Some things that are fact is that Antonin has my shape face, my shape head. He's got my features. He's my male genetic clone. He looks nothing like Teofrio. Teofrio had this ugly, narrow pinhead with whatever since he was born. Like, whatever. Tiny head, like, narrow face. My son has square jaw. He's whatever. Second of all, he says to me, he goes, in this room, what would you, meaning the prison room that I'm stuck in with him, he says, what would you take with you? I said, you. I said, you and Alexander. He goes, what about Ben and Danny? I said, Ben and Danny have broken titer. Brokentiter. They have bad blood. I mean, like, now they're mixed with some kind of Turkish, Armenian, like, disgusting Jason Peter and Otto Romer, who raped me twice on that one. I have love child Alexander to someone else, and I've got Johannes. So I don't know what to tell you on titer and whatnot. But that's it. And I'm not selling Benjamin's blood, nor am I selling Daniel's blood to any of the fucking piece of shit Asians in order to data bank to try to get some kind of quantum relation between capsid, like lipid, cell membrane, and the protein transcription that you need on an RNA DNA molecule, because you still have to have the mother's mitochondrial DNA. And I am not sharing that with anybody, nor am I releasing mine. So therefore, there is at least one lock on my children that is secure, which Jason cannot interfere or override, since he's a piece of shit and doesn't know fucking medical. Dumbass. Alright, so now I was also speaking to Anthony because he was asking, I said I have in my left shoulder girdle the entire apparatus going from the back to the front, like my collarbone, and then up towards the bottom. I guess this is what, mandible, I gotta think about this. Right, it's mandible because it goes with the man skull. Got it. All right, so the whole entire thing, it's just pulling on the one side of my left side. So I said to he goes, now why do you think that is? And I go, well, honestly, I said, here's the thing. I said, there is what you have, your physical structure being your skeletal structure. It works within a grid system just outside of your physical, where your eyes can't visually, the human visual cortex does not pick up the grid that has like almost like strings to your physicalness. It's got a proportionate property, and then it moves and sways with it. I said, but what happens is, I said, with myself anyway, I said, when the proportions of the outer dimension are off, I said, I feel it on my body. Like today, it's my left side and it's my left lower back is just, it's pulsating because something is going on with the outer sphere. Somebody's playing with some kind of higher end science equipment and big pharma and fucking pieces of shit that nobody will fucking bomb the fuck out of and get rid of completely. And so now my outer dimension is being fucked with my physical skeletal structure in a supersymmetrical vortex like relation. almost like a cartoon character. It's on the Z field of computer animatronics. I mean, this is not like, so anyway, so I said to Anthony, I said, so that's a real fucking problem for me today. And then he says, Mom, he's like, you shouldn't curse. And I said, here's the thing, Anthony. I said, there is like, you know when you're making something to eat and you want something spicy because you want like a different flavor? Right, okay, so you cut up like a jalapeno and you put it in like a salad and you eat it. Right, as soon as you eat that jalapeno, not only does it like instantly hit you, but then it lingers like, oh my God, oh my God. Right, you make like a completely, like, it's like a notation in biological. Like something happened that was not normal to your biological process and you made like a notation with like a post-it for your whatever. I was like, that's what a curse word is at this point. Because I have gone my entire life without cursing and now it's just a function in order to point out what and to whom, actually they're only who, W-H-O, the whom would be myself, the mastery, is fucking with and playing with my science without my permission. And then he says to me, you know, and I know he's on head process script, so he's fine, we're having an interaction, and then all of a sudden he says to me, he goes, you know, he was very like chubby like you around the midriff. I was like, do me a favor. I was like, essential human function. I was like, go tell that your head script person that I know exactly what that was, and what I want them to know and make notation of, I said, is the fact that my interdimensional science in my body matrix has been off for a very long time, pulling on my intracellular and creating like a horde of lipid that is, and pockets and such and so on, that are unnatural. I have noted it. I was like, but now you can just be my witness for another biological that I spoke to in my exact same category. Let's think about this. All right, so now there's that. All right, so now here's the other thing. When in 1980, there were two known universities. One guy was like, well, we're considered MIT, MIT, 3 letters. He's like, and we're in like Berkeley, California. I'm like, uh-huh. And then the other one was FIT. Now the real confusing thing is that FIT, is that the Fashion Institute of Technology? Like, because Anthony keeps saying FIT is fashion. So is it like clothing line? Like, I mean, that's confusing. And why on earth would you have two facilities training asshole humans that are not supposed to be touching interdimensional science? And here's another thing, you fucking assholes. The movie junkies. Like, you want to synthesize someone's voice and you want to be able to like make them, I mean, like, you can have like the worst sounding singer and synthesize their voice into making them anything. You have a sound mixing board. It's like 5 seconds. I mean, it was a college project, I think, like what, Bill Gates' age, to fuck with, to get a sound bite and then go on phone and patch in some unknown person, and whatever they wanted on a keyboard, it said in the voice, sound, bite, and tone of the person who didn't know that it was being done and that their voice had been stolen. So now I'm just curious, these fucking criminals in the Union of 50 postage stamps, being the United States of America, who's watching, like, what police force is watching over MIT, like Berkeley, like bunch of fucking Pacific assholes of, I don't want war, but I'll steal your voice and make lots of automated phone calls, and I will lie and raise money and campaign as if I was you, to then make friends with more dangerous fucking people and grow all sorts of new schematics that are dangerous. Right. And nobody in like Vatican, Washington, D.C., MFA, those are like the three things I've heard of that might be helpful. I gave up on Elizabeth and the Mad Tea Hatters and like Charles and Philip. You're not even like fucking really royal, and you let my parents, you claim royal and then you let my fucking parents just be in New York for 2 generations without any money, any contacts, anything. Right, so that's where you just proved yourself not fucking worthy or trustworthy on world scale. Hello, Jew. So now let's think about this. Right, so we got new criminals of the, like, we don't like war, we'll just break you from interdimensional science and play fraud and dangerous criminals, and then we'll make movies about it, and we'll be like real big entertainers. And nobody will know. Right. Why are so many fucking humans living? I mean, I know, like, the good respectables, you don't come to land much. You're out in the water. I get that. I would hide from the fucking crazy land criminals and Armenians as well. They got arms, don't they? Yeah, okay, great. So why are you giving them an arm? Well, you gave the god an ankle. I sure fucking did give her an ankle, only if you're Armenians, we're going to be a fucking problem. Hello, Rabbi. We don't consider the one on the dollar a rabbi. So now I'm just curious, when do humans actually become useful in protecting their religious affiliations, their homelands, and their ability to stay safely in network and then have like one group they'll affiliate with simultaneously that they can trust that will watch over the other children to make sure that they don't grow more dangerously? Because so far, nothing seems to be fucking working.